I think I realized I had it before I actually went in for a diagnosis. I think that was a combination of like fear and also just like not wanting to like care or like, oh, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I would say I started having symptoms like in early 2015 when it kind of set in for real that I was, you know, moving, and my mother, who's a single parent, she's gonna move away to, you know, to Seattle, and I'm leaving all my friends behind, and there's all this stuff happening, and I think that I've always had the tendencies. It hadn't kind of reared its ugly head and brought itself to the surface. You know, I had depression diagnoses when I was, you know, 12, 14, 16, 19. And the closer it got to moving to Los Angeles, it just got worse and worse. So the first year here, I'll tell you straight up, I had way more bad days than I did good days. Like, I'm talking like 50 good days to like 300 bad days. And it, like, some people just think depression's like a heightened form of sadness. Like, oh, I'm so depressed my boyfriend broke up with me. No, it's like, oh, I'm so depressed I haven't been out of bed in 2 days. For no reason. And same with anxiety, where it's like, oh, I'm just so worried. It's like, well, just don't. It's like, no, it's not. It can be free floating. It might not even be about anything. I might just have like the feeling of worry, like that pit in my stomach. Or it could be tethered to something, you know, and like where it's like super irrational, where, you know, like sometimes if I don't hear from my girlfriend, if within 15 minutes of when I thought I was going to, like, I will fucking lose it. My mind goes to worst case scenario. She's in danger, she's kidnapped, she's dead, she's raped, whatever. It goes there. I think it's a combination of accepting that it exists was really never something I considered to be something that would help. And the moment I went in for a diagnosis, it actually got, hilariously enough, it got a ton better. Within, you know, the doubts of depression and anxiety, you often question whether you're just kind of making it up in your own head. It kind of coincided with a major life event. I'm like, is this just like I'm an adult now and I'm sad because being an adult sucks, you know? So there's like a lot of like, I think the gray area really hurt me. I guess the one thing I'm saying is like, accept that it's not a weakness and that it's an affliction, and like it's a battle you have to fight. And as much as that sounds like it sucks, it's like it makes it easier than like thinking, oh my god, what's wrong with me? It's like, dude, like this is just undiagnosed in a lot of people. Like 25% of people have depression in the world, like, and no one wants to admit that or talk about it, but it's just true. Okay, and it doesn't make you weaker than anybody, and it doesn't make your illness doesn't, you know, define you. It really helps me to look at it like I have like a bum ankle or something. And I'm like, would I feel lesser about myself if I had an ankle that was kind of fucked up? I'm like, no, I wouldn't. As stupid as it sounds, like, I think it's like, don't expect it to go away. It's not going to go away, but there are things you can do to improve it, and things that you can do to cope with it, and, you know, accept that, and try to tell yourself in the moment that this isn't actually how you're supposed to feel, this isn't what life is. Especially when you go for days on end, it can be really hard to remember, and that's when it gets tough, is when you've been depressed for 3 days and it just feels like reality, because it's the only, like, you know, it's the only context that you have in the last 72 hours. So I'd say short answer is accept that it's something you're gonna have to deal with. Accept that it doesn't make you weaker that you have to deal with it. If you're comfortable with finding out more about it, don't hesitate to seek out. Like, if you're not personally insecure about it, like, just go do it. It's going to help. But if you're not, like, don't force yourself to do it, because that could be really hard. It's okay if you have to like cancel your plans with friends and take a personal night because you're freaking out for no reason. Like, you're busy sometimes. You're busy that night. That's just how it is.
Here, this little cute dog right here, who I've heard is just the devil. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's a very very sweet, but he's also an insane puppy right now. So,
right.
But yeah, no, I mean,
you guys rescued him from the shelter, right?
Yeah, there's a place called Barking Bitches in Hollywood, and he was one of 4, and we rescued him. One of the things that does help, I think, is actually is a pet. I mean, there's service pets that are for anxiety and depression, like, which is awesome because Depression Dog is the coolest superhero name ever.
Depression Dog.
But I think that's a really big help. It's been proven like dogs help that stuff. So I think that's what really helped me in terms of like the day in and day out stuff.